I couldn't hold it for that. Leave them sounds alone. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Shownen Summit. Really quickly, Tim, Masa, Khalil, Malik. We're not calling you.
Okay, there we go.
Wait, did you ever leave them? Did you close the door downstairs?
I did.
All right, good. Yeah, now can we be loud and belligerent? Hey, everybody.
The artist, formerly known.
Artist.
I'll kill you.
Artist.
I love y'all. I'm just playing. I
We
ain't
don't
gonna
work
kill
with
nobody.
Floyd Mayweather. Calm down, man.
That's disrespectful.
Is it?
Hi, Kyra.
Yes.
Just let you guys know, we have a new editor. Her name's Kyra. She's kind of cool, but
She got a big forehead.
yeah.
Tell her hi.
I didn't even say it. I just co-signed it, so I'm not more at wrong. I'm not.
You're like the second person to sign the
look,
Declaration
look,
of Independence.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Please don't murder us.
It's like War Graveline without the shine.
Wait, what?
No. She looked like Stitch with his guns waving around.
Why are y'all being?
Okay, that was.
Jambachukiba.
That what? Oh, I'm sorry,
This is an episode about roasting Kyra.
guys. We're talking about.
She has to pass the initiation. Can she make it through a full hour?
Hold on. We're talking about anime video games. We're kind of like that. Kind of let us on the leash again, off the leash again. So we're kind of like winging it today. So
Yeah.
sorry, messing around on here. Everybody turn the volumes down. So, anime video games today, and like I always say, it's not your games we're talking about. It's my games because your games aren't that important.
Why are you gonna disrespect our fans?
Because I be getting whooped in y'all games. Y'all be talking smack.
That sounds like
I be getting baited playing like we just got them into playing Naruto Shinobi Strikers. It's a favorite game of mine because I love the Naruto series.
I fucking love it.
He was talking that good smack last night. All the smack in the world. He was run it. Both of y'all run it.
Y'all are literal doo-doo water.
Okay. We ran the survival. The 8-man. It's a
Six
free for all.
It's a 6-man free for all. Yeah.
6-man free for all. This man.
All right, look.
Huh? What's up?
As respectable. I'm not even finna lie to y'all.
Washcloths don't get touched that much.
I got folded that first game. I didn't even make it out of 6th place, nor did I get above 100 points.
You definitely.
It's only 6.
Well, he came in. I'm the greatest Naruto player ever. I played Storm 4.
I don't know how many of y'all watched Caleb City. I was talking like an egg and I got folded like an omelet.
Straight on it, bro.
Yeah.
Basically.
But on that second game, I came out of nowhere and I whooped him up like he was trash, man. I took him out.
I like how
Put
you
him on the
mentioned me,
turn.
but you still lost to Mazda though.
I did lose the Masa. I have to accept that, but I
so
beat
you.
you.
Single me out. And then the next 3 games we
I
played,
came in
what
second,
happened?
only to you.
But then the next 3 games, what happened?
We only played 2 more after that.
No.
My question
No,
is,
it was
did you?
Oh, it was 3?
My question is, did you ever get first?
No.
All right.
It don't matter. For my first time playing the game, I lost the first one. I didn't even make it out of 6th place.
4th time playing the game.
Like they said in Talladega Nights.
Recount it.
No, sir. It was the second game. I remember it very specifically.
No, because
I went after you.
The first
I couldn't
3
kill
games,
you with your healing
I'm sorry, I
character.
didn't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off anyway. The first 3 games was 1 and 2.
Oh no!
You came in 3rd the second game. Yes, you did.
No. I came in 3rd this. Yeah, I came in 3rd the second game.
I screenshotted it.
Did you?
Yes.
Show me.
On my phone. I'm bringing around pictures for you folks.
Look. Like they said in Talladega Nights, if you're not first, you're last.
True.
If we playing Overwatch, you can have player of the game. You can have 5 gold medals. If you didn't win, it don't matter.
That's 100% facts.
It don't matter.
Hold on. We getting way off the top.
I'm not gonna get on Overwatch. Like I got.
That's a whole nother video. Anyway,
stay tuned. But
let's get on topic about these fighting games. What is first?
Hold on. We said anime games first.
Oh, we doing anime games first?
We'll talk about regular games.
It's anime everything.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So I guess the first one on the list we put was the Dragon Ball Z series,
I wish we had that.
which is like, I say series because we're talking about everything from like Legacy of Goku was lit.
I'm gonna say it right now.
Boost Fury.
Legacy of Goku 2 and Boost Fury are our top 2 favorite Dragon Ball Z games in general.
I apologize. Hold on. What was your face special for?
What?
The Legacy of Goku 2 is great. The Legacy of Goku 1.
What was bad about it? Tell me. Compare it to the newer Dragon Ball Z game. What was so bad about?
What do you mean
first?
compared to the newer?
I'm
If
saying,
you compare,
you're saying it's
if you com-
trash. Why are you saying it's trash?
I'm saying it's trash. Well, let me rephrase. It wasn't as well put together as it could have.
Did you play it?
Yes, I did.
That's all they cared about. You bought it. You played it.
Oh, I didn't buy it.
I'll
My
say
friend
this.
gave it to me to borrow.
That's how you did it back in the GBA days.
No, I will say this: the only thing that messed up
The only one I spent
Legacy
money
of Goku was the fact that it was too fast. Because you could beat that game literally within an hour.
I can agree to that.
on.
to
Not
be
now.
honest.
Well,
I mean,
the,
to be
the
fair-
first one only goes up to like what
The Frieza saga.
To
Yeah.
be fair,
But they had, I think the Saiyan saga was in it, and the Frieza saga was in. But the fact that you can beat that game within a couple hours, I don't
But
like.
you also
Well,
have to take into account
wait,
they did
wait,
have
wait.
the side missions with the movies.
to be fair,
That's all in Legacy of Goku 2.
No,
speed
it was
running
in the
games
one,
is a thing.
Hmm?
Speed running games is a thing.
It is.
You can.
There's a
You
cheat.
The whole point of speed running a game is if it's a long game.
There's
No,
a
no.
cheat in the Legacy of
There's-
Goku too.
There are speed runs that are literally 2 minutes.
There are.
That's retarded.
The Mega Man,
They're Mario
the Mega
ones.
Man speed runs are ridiculous.
Yeah, the first Mario game you can beat it in about 2 minutes. The very first Mario
is
game you can beat in like 2 minutes.
I gotta see that. I gotta see that.
There's a cheat in Mario in the OG Mario Kart where if you jump off the ledge on one of the maps, it puts you back at the beginning and it
It's
counts
right-
as a lap.
Rainbow Road.
What?
Yeah.
It's Rainbow Road.
That's gross. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that happened to us before.
No, 'cause it's right there on that first dip. If you jump and you veer off just enough, you'll land on the last curve right before you hit the finish line. I'm not a cheater, and I'm actually good at the game. So,
Hey, just like Legacy of Goku 2. The Legacy of Goku 2, there's a whole cheat in there for you to get 99 sensu beans. When Videl get her butt whooped by Spopovich.
that's Boost Fury, not Legacy Goku.
Oh my bad, Boo's Fury. Yeah, when Videl get her butt whooped by Spopovich.
For everybody that joined the watch party, what's up, Keenan? What's up, Tiger? What's up, Kayla? Hey, cousin.
Yeah.
Cousin Penny's in. Hey, cousin.
What's poppin'? Anyway, yeah, there's a cheat in the Legacy, Boo's Fury, and it's like the dumbest cheat ever when you have to go get the sensu beans, and they're like, hey, instead of giving these to Gohan to give to Videl to save her life, I'm gonna eat these things. And when you eat them all, and then you go back and talk to Gohan, and he's like, oh, thank you for the sensu beans, and you hand him the bag, and then your inventory like bugs out, and it's like, oh, you gave him the sensu beans when you had none, and then it gives you 99.
What? Hold on.
The game didn't know how to process it.
Hold on.
It didn't know how to process
What?
that you gave him no sensu beans.
What heartless person figured that out? Because
That's what I'm thinking.
wow,
I don't like Videl.
what person?
It's funny though.
Who figured that out?
I don't know, man.
You just sat there.
It's like a Telltale game. You play it nicely the first time and you go back. I wonder what would hapen if I did this.
Oh no! I've never played nicely with Telltale games. If there was the option to kill somebody, they dead.
Until they ain't. They survive.
Wow,
You shoot a person, they remember
you
what
gonna
you did.
pull up the clip of Adele getting beat up, bro? Wow.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Hey, what you got to do is you got to show the one of her getting kneed in the face.
Wow. You're a terrible human being.
It's from the game, thankfully. It's
Tim,
from the game.
we just got our answer. He's the terrible human being that figured out giving them no sensu beans gives you 99
right.
sensu
That's
beans.
exactly what it is. So you
All right, hear me out.
reveal yourself.
Hear me out.
Reveal yourself.
I didn't figure that out, but
So how'd you know?
because I watched a video of it on YouTube. I was trying to figure out how to get infinite sensu beans, and that was how you
I was
do it.
about to say, okay, I'm glad you said that because I was about to say, did you look up not saving?
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No.
I understand.
Because I got so before I didn't really understand the grind mechanic as a kid. I just realized, hey, you press a button, they punch, you do the Kamehameha, whoop-de-doo. I made it to not the Cell fight. It was like right before the Spopovich fight where Gohan has to like come in or something,
Okay.
and I was getting my butt whooped. And I was like, I'm sick and tired of this. I need sensu beans. What's the way for me to get more sensu beans? And they were like, well,
Here's a
if
cheat
you've
right
already
here.
passed the part with Gohan and Videl, you can't get any. Well, you can't like infinite, so you got to restart the game. And I was like, do
I'm
I really
not
want to
doing
give?
that. How do I cheat?
I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll do it. And they're like, if you're at the part before you pass Spopovich and Videl, when she get her butt whooped, you can be like, all right, cool, go to Korin, get the sensu beans, eat them all, come back, give him the empty bag,
You're cheating.
and the game registers that you get.
You're a cheater. You are exactly everybody that jumps into One Piece at like the Dressrosa art and claim you're a fan. You right? You're not a real fan.
Hold on. I played
real.
through the game naturally before I started doing that.
Okay.
I always play through a game naturally before I implement it like a cheat
I'm
and
gonna
see how it is
mention
with the cheat.
The one thing I did not like about Boo's Fury was the fusion mechanic. Because you had to put in a whole GTA cheat code just to get the fusion, right?
I mean, but
That or you had to find all the statues in the game, which you couldn't even do until after you beat the game.
I never even knew that.
That's gross.
I literally only knew.
So outside
No.
of you being able to get Gogeta, which
Right.
only lasts for like the little Janemba arc,
Right.
you don't get anything else
Except for Goten and Trunks.
Yeah.
But here's the reason why it made me angry. It was never the same code. Yeah. If the first one was left, right, A, B, left, right.
the other one was up.
The
up,
other
down.
one was up, down, down, B, A, right trigger, left trigger. The other one was right trigger, left trigger, B, A, up, down, left, right. That's exactly how it was.
Yeah, so if you, I don't know how many of y'all remember those.
There was no remember.
Do you remember those big old thick books that they used to have at GameStops and Blockbusters that had? It was like the cheat code book, and you go through it and
It
have
wasn't
like,
even in there.
they had some of them in there, and it was how to unlock like specific characters. And for you to get like infinite fusion time and get like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in there, you had to do like this cheat code that took you like 5 minutes to figure it out because you had to memorize it. If you looked away from the book for a second, you was messing up.
You sitting there.
It was the most.
I'm mad about
aggravating-
that because that you are smart. They're smart enough to make sure you can't just run it back, but you gonna let me get influence into it.
The whole point of it was because it was the fusion dance. You know how in the show they kept messing up. It was to basically incorporate that.
But they did
But
it wrong.
no,
That's
I
garbage.
will.
Speaking of the fusion dance, Budokai 1.
We don't talk about that.
No. You talk about the fusion dance in Budokai 1. You skipping over the big thing.
What?
Raditz in Budokai 1.
We're not gonna talk about Raditz, please. Can we just
how
avoid
many,
him?
how many palms have been sacrificed to keep Raditz in line?
A lot, bro.
Bro, I'll never forget the first time they introduced like the spin the analog stick mechanic, and you were just sitting there.
It was crazy. You said people will like put it on there.
Yeah,
you sit there, boy. I'm about to.
You put the curve of the controller on your hip, and you just, you ever had to just.
Bruh, you gotta sit, bruh. Masa, you sit there.
Where did you pull that from? Why do you just have that on you?
I'm always ready.
Classic training. You either hold it like a gun, or it's the one that's usually over here. So you'll spin it like this sometime, put it down by the hip. But you gotta put it. Sometimes people even do it this way so they get maximum turn on it. It's ridiculous.
That was the most ridiculous.
because the old PlayStation controllers never registered full circles.
Right.
Yeah, you move it left and right. Just move it left and right, left and right, left and right, left and
I
right.
used to be wondering how is this child beating me?
And you know what's funny about the old controllers? Like the new ones, I like the new ones. They don't have those little rubber caps on them.
Yep.
The rubber cap is part of the controller. The rubber come
burn
off.
you. It come off.
And don't, bruh. If you player 2, bruh, at someone else's house, you can use it. You can use this one, bro. Where the rubber at?
I'm not gonna split my hand open on this.
I need protection. What do you do?
This is gonna hurt.
You go back home.
Can I put a rubber on it, please? No, you can't. His mom come in. Why is he crying? Because I gave him the bad controller.
You look at his hand. You look at his hand.
The only equivalent I would say is from Holes when Zero tried to pick up Shia LaBeouf and his hands was split because it was holding the shovel. That's the equivalent.
You want to talk about the equivalent? Somebody went Zuko's face on your hands. That's the equivalent.
Bro, you look at the you finish playing the game and your hand just
Look like you done been through. Look like you done been through the 300.
Right. I used to think about these little kids with like they're athletic for some reason, like he got one hand bigger than the other. I used to think it was something nasty. He just playing games too much, and they not pressing A B. No, he is over there spinning.
As a matter of
his life
fact,
away.
spinning the
we gonna get to that specific thing once we jump to Naruto. But we gonna finish Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, we're gonna finish up
Because
Dragon Ball Z.
Budokai 3 gave me the best mechanic on how to do a super. You want to know what it was? Punting people in the face.
Yeah.
That little lean back.
You hear that little sound? You hear the little sound. Once at full charge, boom. Yes. Yeah.
What's happening? Oh, I'm about to hit you with
Tenkaichi
the
regular Budokai.
regular Budokai.
Regular Budokai.
like
Budokai 3 was goat.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
they did their thing when they dropped the Budokai series, boy. And it was like, I was right in front of him. I didn't like the fact that I had to press square, down quarter circle, square. Come in, and I was like, wait, hold on.
I liked it.
That was true.
I
Yeah.
will say that was my
fine.
like real introduction to fighting games because in that one, in Budokai 3, it wasn't like, oh well, I gotta just square. Yeah, you can get off a regular combo, but when you wanted to do the Dragon Fist, and I'm not talking about the super, I'm talking about like the regular input Dragon Fist. You had to go square, quarter circle, square, triangle, X square, circle, XX. Oh, there you go.
Oh, let's not get into the real technical stuff. When you know the game, you can cancel the moves and do longer combos. I was
yo, don't even get me started on the people who learned how to do the Z block, which is like, oh, I can block like this, but if I do the Z block, my character just bro.
I got meter. You're not gonna hit. What are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm going Ultra Instinct. It's not even out yet.
And you know what? I think that game paved the way for a lot of people into fighting games because it was an anime fight. It was just a regular anime fight, and it was just like, okay, it's Dragon Ball. In a simple form, it was Dragon Ball as a 2D / 3D-esque game.
It was Fighter Z before Fighter Z was what it is today.
Yeah. Now, if we talking about some Tenkaichi, now that was Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That was all Dragon Ball Z.
So Tenkaichi gave us the example in the
My
gateway.
favorite series right there.
The Tenkaichi gave us the gateway into like world destruction. Like I love doing the spirit. Like yeah, you had like little world destruction in 2D. Give us that 3D world destruction that Tenkaichi gave. Hey, watch me blow up the earth with a punch.
And I think that was the best thing about it because it wasn't just a regular fighter anymore.
That was
like
full immersion
you
to
were
Dragon Ball Z
fully,
right there.
Right, you were fully fighting on Namek. It was like during the Goku and Frieza fight, like
And you could blow the planet up and all
right.
that.
That's what made it feel important.
I gotta defeat him.
No, something that I really like doing in the game, in the city levels and stuff like that. I throw a Kamehameha behind the building, far on the other side, and you're like, you threw a Kamehameha. Where's it at?
Boom!
It comes through the building. Boom!
Hey, what the heck?
Because I'm not gonna lie.
Which one was it where you could contest it? Like if I shoot my Gala gun and you shoot the command.
Oh, it was all the Tenkaichis.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
That's the best thing
Me and
ever.
my friend used to always do this one thing. I used to always pick Reddits, and he used to pick Vegeta. We used to always do Gallic Gun and Double Sunday, Sunday just to do it. I don't know why we. it was just fun. I freaking love the Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi series. Like
all right, so I'm gonna let you know right now. As a person who played this, I don't know if y'all did.
Okay.
I think it was made by the same people who did the Tenkaichi series.
Okay.
And this is me asking them directly. Actually, no, this is me telling them directly. Don't you ever in your life put out trash like Ultimate Tenkaichi ever again.
Wasn't that Xbox exclusive one?
No. It was for Xbox. It was on Xbox, PlayStation, and Kinect, and it was one where you created your own character.
Yeah.
I respect you for that.
I respect
you for that.
I remember that.
But there is no reason.
That game was so bad.
There is no reason why the way you introduce me into your game is, hey, normally when you get introduced into Dragon Ball Z games such as Budokai, Tenkaichi, what do? They start you at the beginning and you work your way through the storyline. They were like, we're going to give you your own storyline. You were saying from a different...
I'm going to say this.
It brought up the Universe series.
I'm going to say this. This is one of my main issues with a lot of anime fighters or anime games in general. When they're failing, they think that doing the CAC is a good idea to bring it back.
What you mean?
Create a character.
Create a character.
Yeah.
Like that, like not getting off topic, but at the same time, it is like with Sonic Forces. Like,
Joseph in the background. What?
That game had so much wasted potential.
It did.
I'm gonna say this
And
now.
the only reason why that game even sold, you could create your own Sonic character.
I'm gonna say this now.
That was it. That was the.
But the Sonic fandom was just like,
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I had it.
Oh my
First of
God.
all, I'm gonna say this now. When the Dragon
It
Ball
was lit back
DS
then.
games,
It was lit back then.
when the Dragon Ball DS games are better than the one that's on a PlayStation 3 HD, you got a problem. You know what you deserve? We're gonna give you a moment of silence because you deserve
basically.
crickets.
But like that was that's my biggest issue with some games. But when we get into Naruto, I'm gonna explain why. Like I think Shinobi Strikers did it perfectly. But when it comes down to, if like I said, it feels like an ass pull when you're like,
Did you say the
hey,
term
guess
asshole?
what? Huh? Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I couldn't hear nothing of this said.
Finish what you're saying real quick. I got it. I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. I lost train of thought for a second. But to me, it's like when you're doing the whole thing of creating characters, it feels like you're trying to force the selling of your game. Because it's like, oh wait, now I get to make my own. That's the reason why Xenoverse flopped.
Xenoverse did great when it first came out. Xenoverse 2 was good for what
What it was.
Right. But I don't know. It's just the way they did the game to me. Just it felt like they started. I felt like DBZ was starting to try too hard, and then when Fighters came out, it was like y'all brought it back.
and it was
to
like,
what
yeah, and then
to what
Fighters
it
dropped, and
supposed to
everybody
be.
was like, oh,
Yo, Fighters took over the world.
it's Marvel, baby.
It did. What you about to say?
Naruto Storm series. What about that one?
No,
think
okay,
that's my favorite one.
Before we get on Storm, we gotta talk.
dance.
Before we get on Storm, we gotta talk
Naruto
about the
series.
Ultimate Ninja series because Naruto as a whole is a great series. It's my favorite anime, obviously. Ultimate Ninja 3 was to me the perfect Naruto 2D fighter.
Hey,
It was everything I wanted out of a Naruto 2D fighter.
can I piss you off a bit?
What?
I played Ultimate Ninja 4. That shit was bomb. The Japanese
I
exclusive.
played 5 and 6.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
The Japanese exclusive that was only on.
Okay, so I never played that, but
I played 5 and 6.
right. So I
Time to
played,
get a Japanese PS2.
right. So for me, going from what Ultimate Ninja 3 was and what it brought to the table, like, but it's like the way they did the supers in the game was dope. The mechanics for the jutsus was dope. The combos in the game was dope. And then y'all brought in the Ultimate Ninja Storm series and turned it into an arena fighter, which I normally don't have an issue with. But it was just
It was just so
that.
good. It was just so
right.
Can I point something out real quick? I didn't mean to cut you off.
What's up?
Sakura's Ultimate Jutsu at this point in time was
fun.
so trash because she was such a trash character at the time that they had to use her persona as a thing. I was like, she's never used
Yeah.
that in the show, and I'm just like,
This is back when Sakura was still trash.
Oh, Green Beast Naruto.
First of all, Green Beast Naruto was
That's the devil.
it was dope, but it was dumb at the same time. All it was, hey, what would happen if Naruto trained under Guy? What do you mean? Leave Hurricane. Hold on.
Nine Tails Leaf Hurricane.
The last thing we need,
Why am I getting tripped by 10 legs?
like the last thing we need, is a Kyuubi mode 8 gates Naruto. We don't like. Why would you give us that?
He's gonna touch
Why
you.
is that a thing?
Come with me, big fella.
Not to mention, this was the first time we get to play as Minato, but in this game he was known as the Yellow Flash. We didn't know who he was. We knew he was the fourth Hokage, and then we started getting more story with us, and then Shippuden happened. Why am I sweating this much? But then Shippuden happened.
Because it's hype.
Fella is hype.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I appreciate this game for putting him in as. They didn't even give us a name. They gave us the name that he was feared by,
Right,
in
which is
all the
the-
other villages. And that's why I was like, yo, this is great because for the people who didn't read Kakashi's story in the manga,
Right.
you didn't know who the Yellow Flash was.
You had no idea who the heck he was. And then, hey mom, but
Hi, Tim's mom. Tim's mom is in. She's in.
Hey.
But
Tim's
Also,
mom, just so
Andrew-
you know, I don't know if he told you, I call you Mrs. Tyrano because his online name is Tyrano
I
TDK.
thought he was about to say something off the wall. I was about to say, boy, we about to cut this mic off.
I'm not gonna say nothing off the wall to someone's mother.
Yeah, I said, I love Tim's mom. We checked him like that the other day. Is that your mom? Why?
Yeah.
They always assume I'm gonna say something wild to someone's mother.
because you always say so about the people in general.
No, I don't. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Ultimate Ninja gave us.
Quick thing. Spider-Man's in here. Andrew, we also love Clash of Ninja. Clash of Ninja was great.
Yeah, Class of Ninja was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the odd man out. I will
He
be
did
the
say that
only.
a while back.
I'm going to be the odd man out here.
Okay.
I am going to be the odd man out. Y'all all gonna look at me crazy.
I mean, you're already an odd man enough. You got dreads.
Wow. I hated the Ninja Storm series.
I mean, we hate you. You just under contract.
Wait, you mean the?
I'm just kidding.
The arena fighter one?
Yeah. I
Okay,
hate,
cool, okay,
I hate
okay.
that. I hate all of them.
I will say this.
Uh huh.
I enjoyed, what was it? I think it was either Storm. I think it was Storm 3 where they introduced group arena fights. It was it was either Storm 3 or it was like the one after Storm
think
3
it was
before
3.
Storm
I feel
4
like I
came out.
remember
It was
that.
3 when it was 3v3. Or-
It was like it was 3v3 and then they introduced like a little mini free for all. And I forgot if it was Storm 3 or the game that they released before Storm 4 because there's a game that they released in between 3 and 4, but I forgot the name of it.
It was probably one of the sub games that they didn't really. I'm trying to remember actually. God dang it.
Now I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Right.
But that
Because I don't remember that either.
that game
Now-
I feel like that was the game that paved the way for Shinobi Strikers because it gave
tell
us
you
the
right
arena
now.
fighter.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Shinobi Strikers is the epitome of what an anime game should actually be. Because in Shinobi Strikers, it wasn't no
Revolution.
Yeah, Revolution.
That's what it was.
like for me, Shinobi Strikers perfectly embodies what it is because it's not the typical anime game where it's like, okay, I got to play through the story to unlock all this stuff, this and third, and then I can also just go online. I know the story. I don't want to keep having to play through Dragon Ball Z or Super. I don't want to have to keep playing through the same story over and over again.
Give me some new mechanics.
Throw me in there. And this is
not-
the reason why I mentioned creative characters. I didn't mean to cut you off. This is the reason why I mentioned creative characters earlier because to me in Shinobi Strikers, it was literally, you're literally just a random ninja from whatever village you choose to be from.
I didn't think he was gonna say ninja.
Well, I mean,
I mean, all of our characters look like a certain type of person.
right. But they literally just threw you into this world and you do missions. That's it.
I'm not
There's
gonna-
no story to the game.
I
You're
watched-
literally just in there. Like last night after we got off, or before we got on actually.
I thought he was touching Malik.
right.
Pause. Hold on.
Pause. You got whooped
Ain't
in
no
that game.
pause. We meant it.
No. I'm saying pause because he said after he was like before we started touching Malik.
Yeah, because you could have.
that's a little
definitely
pausey.
could have caught a case last night the way we was beating you.
First of all,
No, but like-
I'll whoop you when we get home. Now that I've had some practice.
I mean that's fine. But like when we first, right before we got on, I was playing, and one of the missions was I had to fight the giant snake that Orochimaru summons, and Shukaku,
Put on that
and
Strikers.
and 4 Susanos. There's no story build up to that. They just threw me in that battle, and I was just
There you
like,
go.
right.
Shinobi
Look at how
Strikers.
dope this game. Okay, wait, this is not.
Yeah, this Revolution.
That's Revolution.
This is Revolution. Okay. But I think to me, what Shinobi Strikers did, like I said, I think they did it perfectly. 'Cause again, I wasn't just thrown into the same story. I know there was no story behind it.
Okay, got another game for y'all.
What's up?
Actually, not a game, a series. Digimon.
The Digimon World Series is one of the best.
series.
It didn't go. The Digimon games are actually more canon than the series. That's what people don't know.
Jesus, the
I will
Digimon
say
games
this
are
right
so
now.
lit.
I have not played them,
I haven't either.
and it's not because I don't like them. It's just I just haven't been able to find a copy.
Digimon World, Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hackers Memory is on PSN right now for cheap.
We were talking about that.
Get that. And also Digimon World Next Order is on there for like $12. Get it.
I will look into it.
I
Please do.
almost like Digimon games more than I like Pokemon games, and only the main reason was like my favorite Digimon.
I do like
Terry
Digimon
Mon.
games more than I like Pokemon. I watch playthrough of Digimon games and I enjoy them more than I like Pokemon because
Well,
Pokemon gets
I'm about to
repetitive.
quit.
Wait, hold
Well,
on.
no,
Wait, hold on.
I'm not dissing like Pokemon games. I'm saying I was
Yeah.
more exposed to Digimon games at the time.
Okay,
as I was
okay.
growing
Oh, no,
up to Pokemon.
I'm saying
Right,
that.
right.
I'm saying that for the simple fact of you have to take into account Pokemon is so repetitive that it's no longer the playthrough
Okay, I
that
get
pulls
you
you
that.
in.
Yeah.
It's the person playing the game when you're watching it,
Right.
Yeah.
or it's you,
Okay, I
it's
get
how
that.
you play it.
Well, no, I'll say this for Pokemon. When
Oh, for those of you who are wondering, yes, we're counting Pokemon as the fighters.
I mean, I mean, technically, we do have Pokemon Tournament, which again is exactly what Pokemon actually is. So
See,
right.
I
That's
feel
exactly what Pokemon is.
what I want Dragon Ball Z and Naruto is already doing it pretty decently with Shinobi Striker. So what I want Dragon Ball to do
Right.
is I want you to take the aspect of what Pokemon Tournament did.
Right.
If you want to create a game that's going to do well, that's like open world like that, do what Pokemon did. They turned Pokken from once you do a certain set of hits, it goes from 3D fighter to 2D fighter.
Right.
Do you
That'd
think-
be perfect.
That was a pretty cool benefit. Do you think if Digimon changed up its formula for like game setting, that like they could come out with a game and it'd be just as big as Pokemon?
I think they could come out.
Wait. You saying if Digimon had a game like Pokemon?
No. If
Okay.
Digimon,
I would
like,
love that.
I was about to say, yeah,
I'm saying,
a Digimon fighting game would be kind of lit.
not even just that. If Digimon changed up their interface and stuff,
Okay.
do you think like their games could be just as popular as like Pokemon? Because Pokemon can keep the same formula.
They
forever.
100% could, but well, the thing about Pokemon, the anime is what sells the games at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being completely honest because
After Sword and Shield,
right, because Sword and Shield was kind of a huge
Man,
you might as well
let
release
down.
gun and crossbow.
right.
I'm gonna say this now. Like Digimon as a whole, when you play Digimon, you're getting a different, like, I guess, appeal to it. It's no longer just like, oh well, this Mon is gonna fight this Mon.
Right,
End of story.
right.
I get money. I get paid. You actually got to figure out. Oh snap! Well, now I'm starting to lose. Yeah, they had Mega Evolution. Where do you think Mega Evolution came from? They was watching Digimon and they're like, yo,
Right.
what if we make our stuff Digivolve, but we don't call it Digivolution? We gon'
And then the Gigantamax. And then Gigantamax. That
Gigantamax
was
is
Black War
literally.
Greymon.
Thank you.
No. Gigantamax is Attack on Titan. It's exactly what it is.
When you know. They bite themselves.
No.
and they get-
You want to know how hard they bit it though? Because you have Dynamax, which is the Pokemon's normal form, and then you know how we have the abnormal Titans, like the Armor Titan, the Colossal Titan, and stuff like that.
They have
That's what
Gigamax.
Gigantamaxing is. Yeah, you thought we ain't peeped that?
Gigantamax Snorlax is
Nintendo,
literally
you
a
thought we ain't
Earth.
peeped that? Hey, don't shut us down though. I know I'm kind of upset.
They can't shut these down.
Gigantamax is like, I'm sorry, I will say this. Snorlax is my favorite Pokemon. He literally embodies me. But my favorite Gigantamax has to be the Gigantamax Snorlax because he literally becomes a world.
He does.
I don't need that in my life.
He becomes the Earth.
He becomes the world. Blastoise becomes a battleship.
Lapras becomes a sea world.
Basically, the
Yeah.
only one.
Atlantis?
You ever went to aquarium to the aquarium?
The only one I didn't like is because it's only because that Charizard is so oversaturated in Pokemon at this point.
Yeah.
So when they gave him a Gigantamax, I was just like,
I don't care.
did he really need it?
First of all, they didn't even really do much. They literally
Wait,
just,
did they give Bulbasaur Gigantamax?
They gave Venusaur one.
they gave Venusaur one.
Okay.
You know what Venusaur is? The tree from Avatar, not the last Airbender.
Gross.
You know, when you said
Pocahontas.
Hey, Joe just dabbed on.
when you said the tree,
I'm mad. I
I
looked
thought
Joe
it-
right in his eyes. He looked at me. Damn.
I thought about the tree from Legend of Zelda that Link talked to. I was just like,
I mean,
Hold on. We finna move on. We done went from Digimon to Pokemon.
yeah.
Now, because I've been yelling about this for a while. Let me check my time because we're about to get the most talk out of this one.
Right.
We're about to lead into a big discussion. I don't know how many people. I can't really ask that question correctly. Everybody has heard
is
of
that
Mugen.
Mushu?
He thought that was Mushu. That's what I thought. When
It
I
looks
first
like
saw him.
Mushu. What you mean?
Oh, you're talking about like the little salamander, not salamander.
Centipede. Something?
Yeah, the
I
centipede
definitely
thing.
All right, now, keep going. What you were saying?
So I love Mugen. I have loved every iteration of Mugen games that people put together. They are so interesting. You have these vastly different characters and stuff. When it comes to anime, Jump Force and J Stars came the closest to give me what I want.
No. Jump Force came the closest.
J Stars came first, so you got to pay respect.
You can't.
You got to pay respect.
If you take out the trash, you don't bring in the new trash. And
But
be
did
like,
you play
you
it?
were better than
Did
the
you
last.
play it?
But-
Yes.
You have to pay homage to what came first.
Malik, you can't say that. But then earlier we were talking about how the Dragon Ball Z games paved the way for fighters now. You can't sit there and say one and then not accept the other.
You cannot enjoy it as much as the new
Bro,
stuff.
you over here hypocripping, ain't you, bro?
I hate this motherfucker.
Hey, anybody who's an artist, I need y'all to draw a picture of a hippo crip walking.
Please. We'll DM me. I'll pay for it.
Right.
Just hit me up. I need a hippo crip walking.
I am truly sweating.
Do that, and every time Khalil says hippo cripping, we're gonna paste it, and we're gonna thank you for it. I'll give you $1 every time we post it. I'll give you $1.
Right.
But
Yeah, I'll pay for it. Just draw it.
I just did not like. I like Jump Force. Jump Force is
at
great.
the time. J Stars was good.
I saw the trailer for J Stars when I was in high school, and I was like, "Yo, this game's about to be hype."
You played it
Right.
until it became trash.
No, I played it. I played it the first time, and I was like, "All right, well, this seems like they just gave you characters
that you know.
with base combos, and then they gave you
That's
two
exactly.
abilities."
But the thing is, they could afford to do that.
Well,
They get
at
like
the
for
same
instance with
time-
Ichigo, you got Getsu Gatencho, and then you got Mugetsu.
But
and
Jump
that
Force
was-
did
But that's
the
all
same
he
thing.
had.
That's not
In the actual show, that's all he
Hold on,
had.
that's not the
Oh,
point. The
right.
point was they gave you an anime game that was like Mugen. Let's throw all these mainstream shonen characters into a game. It's gonna sell, and it sold like crazy because that's what we wanted. And then Jump Force was like, "Hold on, let's do everything they did, but
do it better.
Update it. Let's update the graphics.
let's come together and actually
Right.
do this."
Now, my only issue with Jump Force is it is all of the basic main characters to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I need
I felt
Claire.
like I think they might come in. I
They
would
need
also
to.
love. I would also love for them to be open for people to like reach out to them and be like, "Hey,
Right.
I think it'd be really dope if you did this, and this, and this."
Right.
Because
But-
like go from like Harada from Tekken or whoever. When like we reach out to people and they're just like, "Okay,
but now I will say
that's
this.
what you want. You got it."
I will
feel
say
like
this.
No.
That's more of a-
Harada don't do that.
Do this.
Nah, Harada be
No.
like, don't ask me for nothing.
I'm gonna say
No,
this.
I'm
say
saying
this.
just people
No.
listening to their fans.
But I'm gonna say this. I think this is a major issue with Bandai Namco in general. Like when they release an anime fighting game, well, when they release an anime game in general, they'll release it, give you a little bit of stuff, and then be done with the game. That's the reason why not a lot of people play Shinobi Strikers now. Even though the game's lit, they still giving us more characters, but they don't put as much time into advertising it the way they normally did.
You know,
now,
but
now
the-
Fighters gets all the freaking advertisement.
Now I'll tell you exactly
I
why.
need to address real quick. Tiger Fan, you're absolutely correct. Tiger Fan just hit in the comment that Pokken Tournament would be so much better if the story was longer.
That is also true.
That is a
Tim,
huge problem.
huh?
That's
I can answer your question on why that happens.
Why?
The reason that happens is for the same reason from that conversation we had the other day. When an anime game is released, they're just pushing it out like My Hero, Jump Force, J Stars, and all that. They're pushing it out. That's all it is. Boom. We'll probably give it a little bit of content, but anime fans just want that. And I'm like, okay, we're giving you what you want. Fighters is way more competitive. So it's like, okay, there's way more interest,
Right.
and there's way more opportunities in putting more in Fighters than it would
Right.
be in J Stars. So after a while they're gonna have a cutoff.
But to me, I feel like especially with the way that, like I said, because Shinobi Strikers is a really dope freaking game. I think what happened is it was all you really had at first was the missions, and then you had base battles, flag battles, and combat battles, and then they added two different modes. One of them is like a cap the point mode. No, that's base battles. The other mode that they added was like if I can't remember what the name of the mode is, but like say you have to protect Shukaku or something for whatever reason you're protecting the tail beast.
I'm still never gonna let that scene from the anime go. Man.
Yeah, but it's
because it's flag battle.
It's flag battle,
base battle.
flag battle combat, base battle.
What that last one is.
Right, but it's
Capture
like
We've been playing it for the last couple of days,
Right.
but I don't remember
Capture
what
the
that was called.
point.
no, but it's like what you do is like there's these pillars. You go to the pillars. And you got to take down the other team's pillars. When you do, you have to attack their boss,
Yeah, the pillars drop the boss's shield,
and then you got to
to
attack the boss. And then all of a sudden they added the free for alls, which is what drew me back to the freaking game. Honestly,
I mean, I'm a competitive player.
Yes,
I
for
like
sure.
I like Shinobi Strikers is cool in terms of fighting games and stuff like that.
yeah.
It'll never. My big thing is I want an actual anime fighter. So like if you have if you're going down this is going to be a fighting game. I want it to be like Fighters, or I want it to be like Soul Calibur or Tekken, where you can flesh it out a lot more.
I will say this: if Bandai dropped, I'm looking at them when I say this. If Bandai dropped a Naruto Fighters,
Yeah, a Naruto Fighters, a My Hero Fighters, or something like that. Because
I would hop on that.
Because you
so
got
freaking
got games like Grand Blue, you got
Yeah.
games like Uniclear and stuff like that. Stuff like that would bring other people in.
It 100% would.
It would bring other people in, not only anime fans, but actual competitors.
Hey,
and
look.
then once those anime fans learn the actual game, they get into the competition. They're like, I'm playing with my favorite. Like, can you imagine like Evo Grand Finals, someone playing Mineta?
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Think about that. Think about that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey,
Grape Shot the GOAT.
His name gonna be great. His name gonna be Grape
look.
Drink, and he gonna win with Grape Shot.
Before we get out of it, if Bandai ever comes across this video, listen to the last couple minutes of this and do that.
I'm about to
Please.
tweet Bandai right now.
We need to.
We finna go ahead and clip it and send it to them.
Yeah,
Also, please, somebody drop a Mugen game just for me.
Please.
Call it
Blue.
Shonen Summit Showdown. I will pay you to do it, and I will give
And
you the list of
put
characters.
us in the game.
Huh? Man, you know what the fuck going on.
that stimulus check.
I mean, the unemployment is looking kind of good right now.
But really quickly, guys, we finna get up out of here.
Right.
Oh, we still got a minute? Oh, look at that!
Wait a minute. We didn't know that.
Wait, we still got 15 minutes.
Oh well, I mean, look, if we still got 15
Oh, no, we
minutes.
sticking on this because this is a big. This is a big
Right.
subject. 'Cause This,
Hey,
this
hey.
covers
Yeah, 'cause-
everything else on our list.
Now, hold on. There is something I want to bring up.
What's up?
Because when we were talking about this the other day, we were like, well, you're saying, like, I was talking to Malik, and I was like, yeah, I don't like arena fighters. She's like, but Tekken's an arena fighter. In that sense, I was like, yeah, but it's more about the martial art.
Right.
Versus where the anime is like, yeah, you see these people clashing through buildings, breaking stuff. I'm like, if you're gonna give me a fighting game, give me that, which is like, if you made Shinobi Strikers into a fighting game, or if you took Naruto,
Like
My
made
Hero,
Shinobi Strikers
and you
into a
made it into
traditional-
Tenkaichi,
Like a traditional.
Well,
Hold on, wait.
well, with the way Shinobi Strikers is, like, the only thing I want them to do is for the 6-man free for all, take it, because right now it's just in the tuning exams dome. So if they took that, but we also have combat battle, which is deathmatch, which is 4v4, and you can already do that.
It's all
so I
yeah,
City.
you know
Right.
what? You know what? I'll tell you this. Something that would make the game even better is if you had like bigger open worlds, like where you're like in the forest of death or something. You can legitimately jump off the trees, set up traps and stuff like that. Things like that would be cool. In terms of a Naruto game, that would be great because you're immersed into it now.
you can actually do that in Shinobi Strikers. Like,
Oh, you can? See,
Yeah,
come
like there's a part, like there's a forest area. Like me, I like using the defense characters because they put out the most damage and they take the least damage.
I do healing.
So
we perfect team.
But with some of the items or whatever,
Hate them.
get good. Anyway, but like for me, if I know someone's gonna come attack me, you can set down paper bombs. So I'll sit there and I'll set down a paper bomb and I'll lure them behind the
Did
tree.
you
while
see
I'm
my
fighting.
secret technique today?
Hold on,
That
wait.
that Tatum paper bomb.
Yeah.
Wait,
Huh?
wait, before we continue,
What's up?
told me to get good, right?
Yeah.
I hope somebody's saying cough in your toes and you lose your balance.
I mean, that's fine.
But I can't. Well, I want to make one. I want to
I've
make one.
survived worse.
I want to make one good point. I want to make one good
I want
point.
to touch on
What's up?
something you said.
They put Geese and Akuma and Eliza in Tekken, right? These characters are 2D characters in a 3D game,
Right.
And they have their projectiles. They're basically, well, Eliza is a Tekken character. They're basically a carbon copy of what they were in their OG game.
Right.
I feel that from seeing that, you can make a whole game based around that. You put the Tekken 4 stages and stuff like that, make it interactive where you can break stuff and stuff like that.
Right.
If you put that all together in a game, you have a legitimate fighter right there that could be
Traditional fighter.
Traditional fighter that could either be Naruto, My Hero, or whatever the case. It can cover so many different avenues.
There is one game that we did miss.
What?
And that was My Hero One Justice.
No, we're getting to that too, because that's in this whole last part of the topic.
Now,
I want to say it is difficult to put these games in traditional fighters because you would take out the fun aspect.
But the thing is, they're not traditional fighters. So
that's what I'm saying. Making this a traditional fighter would remove all the aspects.
Right. Now, to get back on, like, cause I definitely see what you're saying, and this is the reason why I feel like Pokken was the perfect version of what an arena fighter is.
Oh yeah, you can make that a traditional fighter.
Right. No, but even with that, like Malik said earlier, they had the phase switches. So it's like you have the
perfect,
right? Because you have that arena fighter aspect, but then once you switch to phase, now it's a 2D fighter. Boom, 3D fighter. Boom, 2D fighter.
I thought that was the best. When I saw that, when I first played, and Tiger Fang demolished me.
Right.
When I first played Pokken, and like we're running around, and the moment we clashed, it was like a whole different interface, and we were like directly in front of each other, like a 2D fighter. Yeah, I was like, I didn't expect that to happen. And it wasn't until we
if you use Suicune, you're scrub. I hate you.
I get. You know what?
Suicune, Chandelure, all them zoners.
As long as you leave me and my Gengar alone.
In my face. Which is why I didn't know what was going on.
Tiger, you're rude.
When I heard that Suicune was a ranged character, I didn't know what was happening. He beat me in my face.
What's up?
I just thought about it.
I had Machamp.
That is that actually is a
yeah, look at my face.
That's actually a good idea for Naruto.
Right.
Because of things like, you having items and stuff like that. You got kunai, paper bombs and stuff like that.
It was a good thing.
Right. And that's
like doing phase switches and stuff.
Right.
So like if
it would remove it.
No. What I'm saying is if you're in someone's face, right? Like if you're in a particular part of the map, in like a corner or something like that, you knock them away. You can set up. It'll switch phases where you can run around. You can set stuff up, and when you come back in, it does that.
But the reason why they're not going to do that is because we have Shinobi Strikers now. Now before, if they would have did it like that, because with Shinobi Strikers you can be in someone's face, and then when they get away, range, get back close to them.
Because I do that all the time.
I do it too. Cause I like the range and defense characters. So, but now if they would have did that before Shinobi Strikers, then I feel like Shinobi Strikers would have been more hype because you weren't locked into the phase shifts anymore. But now because we have it, Shinobi Strikers now, you kind of can't go back to the phase shift.
You can't. You can and make it work.
Right.
The problem is that it's going to take more effort because you have to take into account because it's not like Pokemon. Remember that most of the characters that are in that game outside of the range characters, they not just like I'm a throw out a beam and this is what we doing. Nah, if you play Machamp, this man is literally putting up his
That's
dukes.
my boy.
Even Sceptile is like, look, I ain't got no hands really, but I got these blades.
I ain't fancy myself a Weavile player.
I fancy myself a Gengar.
Hold on, let me get into this.
I like KFC chicken.
They should never.
Blaziken's a scrub.
They cannot use the Pokken formula. A lot of things are starting to follow the Shinobi Strikers formula. I know, like One's Justice is similar, very similar to. I actually really like the game because I like the anime. It's not. I can't say it's a cash grab. It's that they're going for. That you don't have to do anything with anime non-traditional fighters. Put these guys in a game together. I play with Ida. I play with Ingenium. That is my favorite My Hero character.
My favorite.
I love the fact that he has I want to say infinite sprint. He just start running. And his engine will cut on, and I can just keep zipping. And I do not have to stop at all until I get my block knocked off.
And that's another thing about cause I remember the other day when you were talking about how the characters in anime fighters aren't really balanced like that. And it's it's one of the things where it's I understand it, but at the same time it's the reason why they have to do it like that is because they want to. It's still the anime regardless, so they have to stay true to what that character would be able to do. You're not gonna put 10-10 against Six Paths Naruto and think she gonna pop it off on 6 Pam's Naruto.
I gotta stop you right there.
What's up?
Dragon Ball Fighters. Yamcha's one of the greatest characters in the game right
That's
now.
what I'm
Okay,
talking about.
Stop. We're about to get up out of here. I want to
At the
say
same time-
this is not Dragon Ball Fighters. This is Naruto. Different formula.
I'm gonna say this. I'm
Okay,
gonna say,
enough of that. You wouldn't have said that.
Okay, Mr.
On that
Krabs.
note, hold on the note, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Super ruined the power scaling. So I don't
Which is
count.
why I don't watch it. I'm not a fan of Super. I'm a fan of Moro.
Now we can get up out of here.
I am a fan of Moro.
Are you a
I'm
fan
just
of
not a
Broly?
fan of Zero.
Look, before we go, I did beat
That's a
I did beat the dog breaks off of some people at
dog-
school
the dog
with
breaks?
the
The dog
breaks. the dog biscuits.
like somebody's mom. but
I used Vidal and I beat Gogeta.
you a different breed. We all different breeds.
I play different, bro.
But we leaving.
He's playing something differently.
He about to die over here.
I was-
But really quickly, we about to get out of here. Stay tuned later today. What's today? Friday? We got FGC Fight Club going on today?
Yeah.
Joe, what games you playing?
I'm
We playing Street
Tekken.
Fighter and Tekken.
Street Fighter
He's
and
playing
Tekken.
Tekken tonight. So
I
you
won the
guys
last one.
please pop into the Twitch. What is it?
He did win the last-
Twitch.tv/FGC Fight Club?
Yeah.
K-Hash.
Yeah.
Just hop on.
If you want to hop on and watch him lose, you're gonna be doing it wrong because he's gonna win tonight.
Check it out, Blurred Over. Talk next week. Big shout out to Blurred Over.
Yeah, thank you for saying
Big
that.
shout out to Blurred Over. Big shout out to
Nerds and Hip Hop.
Nerds and Hip Hop. Who am I missing?
Controller.
Controller Roz.
Controller
Game
Roz,
Master
obviously.
Herb.
Head Nerds in
Head Nerds
Charge.
in charge, all of them.
We all
So
over.
many.
Really quickly, I am going to put together a video for all of us to
Right.
communicate with all of you guys because we're like scattered throughout the United States. It'd be really great if all of you guys could just jump into that.
Facts.
But we'll see you guys at the convention if we have it.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I was going to say something really, really rude, but nah.